Welcome back, children, to our second video on Chapter 6, Population. And in the last video, we spoke about the population as a resource. Also, we spoke about the population of India, the regions with high density, the regions with low density, and the reasons why those regions are highly or sparsely populated. Okay, today we will have a comparative account. Before we can start with the population of Brazil, I would like to take a comparative account of certain statistics, certain data of the population of India and Brazil. Okay, so talking about the percentage of land occupied by these countries in the whole world. India occupies 2.41% of the total world area, and Brazil occupies 5.6% of the total world area. That means area-wise, Brazil is larger than India, right? And we had seen that. Though latitudinal-wise, they did not seem to be much difference, but longitudinal-wise, there was a vast difference, right? The expanse of Brazil is more. Then the area-wise rank of India is 7th largest country. As far as area-wise, the rank of India is concerned, it is 7th largest country, and Brazil is 5th largest country. So this again shows that Brazil is larger than India in the world. Total population of India is 121 crore, and this census was carried on in 2011. The next census will be carried on next year in 2021. Okay, and what about the population of Brazil then? The total population of Brazil is only 19 crore according to 2000 or 2011 census. I think they carry out every 10 years like us, but the last population was carried on in 2000. We carry on population from 1961, 71, 81, so on and so forth. They carry on their census like 1960, 1970, 1980. So they carried on population census in 2000, and this year 2020 probably they have the next census. Talking about how much population does India support? India supports 17.4% of the world population. Now we would expect Brazil to support more population because Brazil is huge. But look at the figure. Brazil supports 2.78% of the world population. That means there's a huge population that India supports. Rank population wise, India is second largest country in the world after China. Okay, now with the new, in the new census, we will know whether we have left China behind or not. Moreover, with the pandemic, we don't know what the statistics will be like in 2021. However, at present, we are second largest populated country in the world, and Brazil is 5th largest populated country in the world. If you see, it is also area-wise 5th largest in the world and population-wise also 5th largest in the world. Talking about the density of population, in India, there are 382 persons per square kilometer. That means if we had to bring the entire population of India onto the map of India or on the land of India, there would be 382 people just standing in 1 square kilometer area. Next to impossible, right? But that's the reality. Okay, thank God we have huge buildings and not everybody comes out at the same time. Otherwise, if we had to get the entire population out on the map of India, we would have had to stand, 382 people would have to stand in 1 square kilometer area. So this gives us an idea of the density of people in India. What about Brazil? Brazil, 23 persons per square kilometer. Now getting 23 people in 1 square kilometer area is okay, right? But 382 persons is a difficult thing to even comprehend. But that's the reality of India. The population of India is very, very dense. Now 382 persons per square kilometer can be as a fill in the blank, right? We have finished with the explanation of India's population, where you need to remember some of the metropolitan cities and some of the places where the population is very high and why. The places where the population is very low and why. Okay, now we are on page 39 and we have two maps over there. Okay, the map of, now before we check the map of Brazil, I would like to compare, okay, the map of India and map of Brazil. That is the distribution of population map. Both are using the dot method. What do you see? In the northern plains of India, you find a huge population. That means population of India is concentrated in the northern plains and here in the south. Okay, but in Brazil, this area is totally vacant, right? So there's hardly any people residing in the north, in the central and in the western part. Most of the people are situated in this much area, that is the eastern plains. Okay, so that is what we can realize when we compare the map of India and the distribution map of Brazil. Now we come to the activity on page number 39. There are two maps given, 6.2a and 6.2b, and we need to, there are a few questions which we need to answer. Okay, so keeping this in mind, okay, I'll come back to this later. Now the question is, in which area is population greatly concentrated? We have just seen that in case of Brazil, the most of the population is concentrated here, that is in the eastern, southern and eastern coast of India. So southeastern region of Brazil, not India, sorry. Then in which area is the distribution of population sparse? The distribution of population is very sparse in northern, western and central parts of Brazil. Prepare a note on factors responsible for the uneven distribution of population based on the study of Brazil that you have made so far. Okay, so for that I can take you back. Here we know that in the northern part of Brazil, that is in the Amazon area, the region is highly inaccessible. There is hostile climate because the equator passes through it. There is lack of water in the western side. Lack of facilities or infrastructure again in the that is in the Amazon region, which is densely covered by forest. Tough life in the northern part, again talking about the tropical area. Okay, the equatorial area, equator passes there, and lack of occupations, lack of infrastructure can also be added. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why the northern part of Brazil that we see here is very sparsely populated. Northern, even western side, there's no water available in those regions. Okay. And the last question is, identify the type of map showing the distribution. So 6.2a is a dot map and 6.2b is a choropleth map. As you can see, the shading technique is used in that map. Okay, now talking about the explanation for Brazil's population distribution. Just like India, population in Brazil also is unequally distributed. In India, the northern part had more population. In Brazil, the northern part is sparsely populated. In Brazil, the southern and eastern part has more population. Brazil, we need to note here, Brazil is the most populated country in the entire South American continent. That is with 19 crore population. So if Brazil has 19 crore total population, and that is the highest populated country in the entire South American continent, you can imagine how sparse the population is in the other regions, okay, of South America. And Brazil is fifth densely populated country in the world, while India is second densely populated country in the world. But majority of population of Brazil is concentrated where? On the eastern coast, mainly in the south and southeastern part of Brazil, but mainly on the eastern coast of Brazil. Okay, why? Because these are low coastal lands. They are lowland, they are plain areas. The eastern coast of Brazil is lowland, so this could be a give reason. Climate is favorable, area receives good rainfall from southeast trade winds. Agriculture and industries have flourished in this region, and infrastructure like transport routes etc. are also good. Okay, the interior, this could be another give reason now. The interior or central, the northern and the western part of Brazil is sparsely populated. More or less the same points are repeated for India as well as Brazil. The reason is unfavorable climate in the north, highly inaccessible dense forest in the north, then heavy rainfall in the north, variety of insects that are found in those Amazon forests, the marshy wetlands in the west, the Pantanal wetlands, the tough life in the highlands. All these are responsible for sparse population. You can also add one more, lack of infrastructure facilities there. Okay, so with this we stop this video. In the next video we will start with the how to calculate population density. So till then, take care. God bless you. Thank you.